All right, listen. I just finished recording this Rebel Ramble, and I am coming in here to tell you that this one it's a little heavy, right? It's not an upbeat, rah, 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 this is what I did this week, and we baked all this cool stuff. This one's a little hard. I'm being very vulnerable and very honest and very open about the fact that I am struggling. And if you are in a headspace where you cannot handle someone else barfing out their problems on the internet, don't watch this one, okay? I'm just going to tell you that I am fine and I will be fine, and there's no need to legitimately worry about me in any way, okay? If you are already in a place where you are anxious or sad or struggling, and hearing other people say that they are too affects you negatively, do not watch this video. If you want to commiserate with me in my stuckness, I hope you'll stick around. There's one point where I show Hawk for a second, but other than that, there's no visuals or anything if you just want to listen. I know that you like when I warn you of that up front. So yeah, this one might not be for everyone. And if you start listening to it and decide, no, I can't take this right now, just click away. It's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings. This one is a really kind of bummer episode of Ramble. It just is. But this is where I am right now. And you know that my goal is to be completely honest with you as much as possible. So I am sharing some things this week. And no one is in danger. Everyone is fine. And I will reiterate that through the video. Everyone is fine. It is an emotional, physical, mental stuckness that I am dealing with, that I talk about throughout this video. So this disclaimer is already longer than I wanted it to be, but I wanted to put it up front because sometimes you just don't want to hear about other people struggling. And that's fair and valid, and I love you for that. So if you want to hang around, I hope you will. If you know that may trigger something in you, it's okay to skip this episode. I love you so much. Let's get into it. I've made no secret of the fact that I want big things. I chase big goals. I want to write and I want to build this YouTube channel, and I want to create a community of people who want big things. I've tried so many things, and I just feel like it is October, and I feel I am exactly where I was 6 months ago. We talked in a previous video about the great lock-in and how we're not doing the last 90 days and we're not pushing ourselves past the point of capacity to get things done before the end of the year. And I still believe that. I still do not want to drag myself to the finish line of this year. That is not what I want. But I feel like I am in a state of arrested development, and I don't know what to do next. I don't know where I'm going. And it's very, very frustrating. And, I have been just absolutely overwhelmed and burnt out and full of anxiety. And instead of taking incremental steps, I've done nothing. I'm doing nothing. I find myself skipping my scheduled videos. I make a content plan and I abandon it. I set up my writing notebook in an attempt to spark something, and I cannot write. I am frozen. I am stuck. And I think that a lot of people are in this place with me. And, it's like the world is on fire. And the best plan anyone seems to have come up with so far is to try spitting on it to put out the flames. And it's like none of us know what to do. Not in the grand scheme of things, because for most of us, we cannot impact the big things. I am a big proponent of the idea that you can only control what you can control. Your four walls, yourself. But we are coming to the end of the year, and I feel like I have no control. I cannot force myself to do even the most basic things that I know that I need to do. And I'm stuck. And I don't know what the answer is. I don't know where to go from here. And I think that, you know how I feel about coming on the internet and being fake and, lying and only showing the highlight reel. And so sometimes I'm just going to come on here and legitimately ramble. I'm just going to tell you where I am, because I don't think I'm the only person in this place. And I think that even though I don't know what the next step is, I have a pretty good idea that it's admitting that this is wrong, that things don't feel correct. I am not like a woo-woo spiritual or paranormal or whatever kind of person, but it feels like a timeline has jumped somewhere because I do not feel like the same person that I was in January. When I had the fire, I had the momentum, I had the drive to go after something. This year I've done no-buy challenges, and I've done my FISO, and I've done all of these things to try to figure out where to go next. And the fact that none of it has worked is not only discouraging, it is terrifying. And to come here and sit here 10 months later and say I still don't have a clue what I'm going to do is exhausting. And I don't have a point today, but I feel like maybe this is a conversation we should be having. Why everything feels so hard. Everything. The most basic things feel so hard. And I don't think it's just an algorithm thing or a political thing or a world stage thing. And I can't say that has nothing to do with it, because the algorithms on the internet, on the box that we hold in our hands 15 hours a day, they are designed to upset us. They are designed to make us angry, to make us sad, because when we are angry and we are sad, we lash out. And that is engagement, and that's what the mighty algorithm wants. It wants the engagement of us being off center. So it is designed to put us there. And these computer models are so smart that they know how to tailor it to each of us. And I believe I've said this before. I may have cut this out of a previous video. But the people who are diametrically opposed are getting two different versions of the internet. They're getting two completely different versions of a news story, because they want us to fight in the comments to keep us on Facebook, to keep us on TikTok, on Instagram, on whatever. We are not all living in the same world. And the internet has done that to us. And I have done my damnedest the last couple weeks to just stay off of it. I go in our Discord where everyone is kind and beautiful and wonderful. And I come to YouTube where all of the comments I receive, all of them have been kind and wonderful and beautiful. And I don't have to see the outside world. And I have been in this place for about 2 weeks, and it has not fixed whatever is going on with me. So I can't say that it's just a byproduct of doom scrolling or the algorithm or whatever. There is something shifting. And I'm afraid that I don't even know what I'm afraid of. But all of the things that used to work for me do not work anymore. And it's like am I at a point now at 45 where I have to once again completely reinvent myself? If the things that used to work, the things that used to get me off my ass, to get me off the couch, to get me doing the things that I used to be passionate about, if those things aren't working, I don't even know what other things to try. Because all I know is what I've always done. And I know for sure those things aren't working. I'm not writing. I'm not planning. I'm skipping videos. I'm avoiding people. I don't respond to messages. I haven't even really been responding to all of the comments in a way that I would prefer to. I don't feel like myself. And I don't know what to do with that. We have talked in the past when I've talked about like my anxiety and stuff. I'm not looking for I don't know what I'm looking for, but I know that I do not have health insurance and I cannot go to a therapist nor can I get medication. So, please do not recommend those things in the comments because I cannot. I cannot. I am at a point where I'm not even 100% sure how I'm going to get to next month. That's not a good way to say that because that sounds dangerous and that's not what I mean. I don't know what I mean. I am not in any danger and I need to make that clear. And the urge to not share this video is going to be so strong when I stop recording. It's going to be so strong, but I'm going to stick to my guns and I am going to post this because I know for a fact that I am not the only one who is lost. I am not the only one who feels this way. And we have to be able to talk about it because the only way out is through. And it's not even like, I mean, I would love to be able to say I'm at a fork in the road and I got to choose which path. I am sitting on the ground because I don't know, I can't see a path forward. I can't see what my next step is. And that has never happened before. Not ever. I've always been able to tell myself, okay, well, your next step is to, create a content plan. Your next step is to promote a book on Facebook. Your next step is to do this. And I can't. I cannot get myself to do it. When I was supposed to promote a book on Tuesday. I could not decide what book to do. I couldn't come up with a graphic. So I didn't do anything. And now it's Saturday and I didn't promote a book this week. Again. I was sick this week, which is also putting me off my game. But that's not the only reason I skipped Wednesday's video. I didn't know what to talk about. I don't know what to do next. And so I do nothing. So I sit and do nothing. And that's not serving me. Doing nothing serves no one. And I do, I cook dinner for my family and I do clean the house, kind of. I mean, I've been doing a pretty half-assed job of that too. And it's just like, I can't say I've never been stuck before, but I don't remember it ever feeling like this. Not in a place where I am so frozen that I don't know how to move. And it's really scary. And it comes back to like, I need an adultier adult to tell me my next move because I can't see it. I can't see it. There are no words coming when I sit down to write. There's nothing. I look at the notes that I have and I think, okay, well, what's the next sentence? I don't know. I can't even go that far. And it's very scary. And all I can really tell myself is that I will get through this because I have gotten through every hard thing that has ever stood in my way. I have overcome, right? I have managed to pull this channel into something. I have managed to find my people in my little corner of the internet. And that's a miracle. To find your people when you don't leave the house, when you are the most inconsistent person on the planet, to find your community, that is a gift. And it is something that I cannot even express my gratitude for. But professionally, I've never been here before. I have my printable shop and I have my eBay store and I have my writing career and I have this channel. And, these are the things that get me by. These are the things that manage to pay my bills. I have sold all I have to sell on eBay. there's, I don't have new things that I can sell, and I can't go out and buy things to sell. So I'm kind of stuck there. I don't have words. So writing is not, it's just not an option right now because I can't make it work. I have my printable shop, but I don't have a good way to promote that. Except to keep hard selling to you guys. And it's there. It's underneath all of my videos. If you wanted something, you'd go buy it. And I don't want to spend every video harping on that shit. So that leaves this. That leaves creating videos. That leaves, creating a plan and then acting on the plan. And that is where I keep falling down. I keep not acting on the plan because I don't have the energy or the willpower or whatever it is to sit down and do the work. It's like everything that gets done is so scattershot and not thought through. And you cannot predict, right? You cannot predict what is going to happen and what YouTube's going to push to people or what people want to see. I did the writing notebook video. It's got like 10,000 views. And I'm so friggin' grateful. That's incredible. And then everyone asked me to do a video about writing and it doesn't even have 300. So I don't know. I'm not complaining. It's a miracle that anyone sees my videos. It's a miracle that the people who have subscribed see my videos. And I'm grateful to every single one of you. And there are times when I really worry about posting things like this because it makes me sound ungrateful. But I am not ungrateful. I am lost. I am lost in the woods with no forks in the road for me to follow. And I just want to find the next step. Because I think if I can just take even one step forward, I will be able to see more clearly. But I am stuck. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm hoping that a grown-up will see this and say, hey, you should do this next. Just tell me what to do. If you've ever seen Fleabag, which is one of my love-hate shows, the scene where she's in the confessional and she says, I just want someone to tell me what to eat and what to wear and what to do. Like, that is the most real moment in television ever. Because I do want someone to tell me what to eat and what to wear and what to do next. Because I don't know. I have been on this path for 10 months. This path started in January. And I have been limping along, doing the best that I believe that I can do. And when that is not enough, where do you go from there? At the end of my FISO, I said that I was going to walk away from writing. And it affected me so deeply and so emotionally that it broke my heart to think of not writing. And I have been trying to come up with a way to come back to fiction writing. Because I wrote, the perimenopause book, and it's good, and it's cute, and, it's a very real conversation about what perimenopause is like, especially when you're battling ADHD at the same time. So it's, that book turned out great. But that was just me telling stories of stupid things that I have done during hot flashes and brain fogs. It's not creating something out of thin air. And that's where I'm struggling, because that's kind of what this is too, is just me creating content for you that you want to see that's engaging and entertaining and also helpful. And I've managed to do it for 10 months with varying results. And now I don't know what to do next. I know that I don't want to shift to writing content. I know that I don't want this to become a writing channel for many reasons. Some we've talked about, and the main one being I can't write right now. So what the hell would I talk about anyway? So I got to get more coffee. Hang on. But what I also know is that I don't want to come on here and just cry about how hard everything is and how bad my anxiety is every week either. Because I'm getting sick of it too. I don't know. I don't know. I feel as if I need to change who I am because I can't be the person I was anymore. And I don't know if I'm growing up or if I'm regressing, to be honest. Because sometimes I feel like an absolute child. And sometimes I feel like a wizened old lady. And I guess that's just being, middle aged, I guess, that you're just kind of battling between two psyches. But I know that something needs to change in me because while yes, the outside world is affecting me, this feels like an inside problem too. And I don't know where to go from here. I know that Monday I wanted to talk about, 5 things that help when you are in a freeze mode and 5 things that don't. Because, I mean, I know the things that don't because I've tried them. But nothing I've tried has broken me out of it. So are the 5 things I was thinking about suggesting even going to be helpful? Because if they're not working for me, how can I assume they're going to work for you? So I don't know. So here we are on Saturday morning, and I don't know what my Monday video is going to be. It could be just me playing with my notebooks because as much as my notebook was working for me before, I'm not using it at all now. And I don't know if that's a problem with the notebook. I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's a planner problem or if that is also a me problem. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I can't take time away to figure it out because this is my job. Like, this is how I make income. And while I love to be here and hang out with you, and I would absolutely do it for free because I did it for free for 5 years, now I am at a point where I cannot. So I got to make something that somebody wants to watch. And I don't want to scare everyone away with my woe is me bullshit either. So I don't know, if you're still watching this, you are a real one because I don't have a point except to say that I feel very lost, and I think a lot of other people feel very lost, and maybe somehow we can work together to find a flashlight because I don't know where to go next. And I have never felt this frozen to where I can't take a step in any direction. Like, that's never, in 45 years, that's never happened. That I don't know a single thing that I can do next that would move any of the needles. I'm just stuck and I hate it. I hate it. So if you have any ideas on how to lift this cloud of self-doubt, self-sabotage, stubbornness, like I don't even know what it is. Like, maybe if I could put a name to that, I would know how to break the barrier between this and what comes next, right? But I don't even know that. I really don't. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, you guys. What I do know is that I love you all very much and that your support has meant the world to me as we've all gotten to know each other. My Discord squad has been just the most fun. Like, I'm so glad that I was able to launch it because we are making such good friendships in there and we're learning from each other, and it's just a safe place to communicate without the outside noise. And that's been incredible. And I'm so grateful for that. And I don't know. This was a super weird one, and I'm probably, when I say goodbye, gonna film a little disclaimer at the beginning that this is a fucking weird one. Sometimes you gotta swear. I try not to do it often, but sometimes. And this one was fucking weird. You can't deny it. I know, and Hawk's staring at me. He's been, like, he knows that I feel off, and he has been, like, next to me every minute of every day, which is lovely. But, it's difficult to get things done when you've got a 70-pound pit bull knocking at your knees. But I love him. Do you want to see him? Hawk, do you want to say hi? Say hi, baby. Let's see if we can... Oh, I can't zoom in this way. Hi, baby. You're such a good boy. All right. So, yeah. I don't know. What is that? I don't know. I just did something on my camera. I don't know what comes next. I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know. I don't know if you just heard him huff, but I don't know. That's probably how they feel too. Like, is she ever going to shut up about being sad? I am. I am going to shut up about being sad. I promise. We're going to find some fun stuff to talk about next week. And I'm going to get through this because I've always gotten through this, even though this is the worst. It's the worst. I am going to get through it because I always do. I think I needed to talk about it. And, I think maybe some of you do too. And, my biggest thing is don't be precious on the internet. So this is me, all lost and scared and confused, and I'm no different or better than anyone else. I don't know what I'm doing. And I think at this point in the timeline of the world, the people who say they do know what they're doing are lying because it is a mess. Everything's a mess. It's not just me, and saying that out loud does make me feel better. So when we commiserate about it down in the comments that everything feels wrong and off and we're all stuck and frozen and arrested and whatever, maybe that's how we move forward, right? The first step is admitting there's a problem. There's a problem. And I'm going to figure it out, and maybe we're going to figure it out together, and everything's going to be fine. And we're going to end on that positive note. Everything is going to be okay. We are going to get past whatever this is, and we're going to move forward, and we're going to figure it out quickly because no one can stay in this state for too long. So maybe I need to, meditate or journal or something, or those things that, have never worked for me before. So I just stopped trying. Maybe that's where I go next. I don't know. Okay, how about this? Let's do this. If you meditate in any way, guided on your own, whatever, if you journal in some way that helps you work through stuckness, teach me your ways. Point me in the direction of a video or a podcast, or share your story as much as you're willing to in the comments about if you have ever been this stuck, like you cannot see one step ahead of you. How did you break through that? Because I am willing to try almost anything that does not cost money at this point, because I'm lost and I'm stuck, and I just need someone to turn on a light switch for me. So if you have a light switch that has worked for you, please tell me in the comments. Or if you just want to share that you are also in this place of confusion and fear and whatever, share that too. Because knowing we're not alone in the dark is just as important as finding the light switch. Okay? So we're going to leave it at that. I want to thank you so much for sticking with me through this. I want to thank you for any advice or solidarity that you can offer in the comments below. I love every single one of you so much. And I don't just say that to say that. I am so grateful for this community. And when I get through this, I honestly believe it's going to be this community that pulls me out. I really, truly do. So thank you for being here for me every week and showing up and listening to my weird whatever this is. I just want to thank you so much. I love you. And I will see you on Monday. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Yeah, I love you.